The last 12 months has been a year of transformation, I would say, as we've bedded in some of the best changes that came out of COVID, but also as we have continued to progress with our strategic objectives regardless of COVID. I would really like to give a shout out about our staff. They have been absolutely amazing over the last 18 months. We pride ourselves at DHI in being solution focused and creative. And when I reflect back over the last 12 months or so, I do think that actually we've been particularly well equipped to deal with all the disruption of COVID because we deal with people in crisis as a very regular part of what we do as an organisation, helping people to turn around their lives and turn a crisis into an opportunity.
I made a call one evening, very distressed, losing my life, and it saved my life, I can safely say. Getting me into a dry house was the first achievement I made, and thanks to DHI I had the opportunity where my recovery started. I've been able to go back studying and I want to work with autistic children. I'm doing a computer course. I also had counselling to understand my background and my triggers, and yes, I'm able to go back into society and achieve again. I've had incredible support. They believe in you, they've got patience. I can safely say I'm proud of myself. Thank you to DHI and all the help and support I've got, all the recovery, the understanding myself, understanding my illness, because there is nowhere else for us to go other than to having DHI, the Great West of England, to support us and get us back into society to be able to live our lives again what we deserve.
In normal times, what we'd be offering young people is an opportunity to come into Project 28, which is the treatment service in Baines. We would also offer young people refreshments, coffee, tea, cheese toasties, which is really popular in Project 28, and just have a warmth and a sense of welcoming and a place that's safe and nice to be. Wiltshire Motivate is a different service because of the size of Wiltshire, and it's so broad, and they're often known as the Wiltshire Wilderness. There's no hub, or there's no one place. So staff in Motivate cover the whole area by running an outreach service, offering the same warmth and welcome and engagement.
When I was 14, I was trying to deal with my gender and sexuality, and it caused a lot of issues between myself and my family until I left my family home, and it felt like drugs and alcohol would be the only thing that would stay in my life. It's the only thing that would make me feel better, and I used it to cope with my emotions, and eventually I learned that that wasn't the right decision to make, and I asked for help, and that's why I started at Project 28. When I was using the substances, I cut myself off from everyone. I didn't want anyone to know what was going on inside of my head, so when I was drinking or doing drugs, I was able to escape from the real world. It also had a massive knock-on effect to my mental health. My life now is getting there. I still have my days where I want to turn to alcohol and drink, and there is days where I give up and I do drink, but every day it does start getting easier. The more you fight for what you want, the stronger person you become. Next year I want to start going to college so I can eventually help other young children that are struggling with their mental health and substance abuse. I think you should come to Project 28 if you're struggling, because having someone to talk to that is experienced in this line of work, they're not here to make you feel guilty or to tell your parents what you've been doing. They're here to just help you and make sure that you're safe, but also to advise you in other ways that you can deal with the issues you have.
So the RAP is a project designed to support young people, parents and carers and professionals working with young people, and it provides information, support and access to professional help around some of the really important questions that young people might have and some of the issues they may face during their teenage years, such as drugs and alcohol, but also mental health, sex and relationships and a load of other topics. There are various parts to the project, but there's an online part which includes an information website and also a self-help tool. Alongside the information, there's the ability to kind of do searches and provide information that you can use to help yourself, empowering young people to make their own decisions. The other parts of it are around resources for schools. So we've designed some lesson plans for key stages 3, 4 and 5, roughly years 12 to 18 years. And supporting those is a series of 6 videos as well. So again, the lesson plans and the videos cover some of these really important issues, but they work together really well with the online support as well. So we think it's a fantastic package for young people, parents and carers and professionals to use. More information at therap.dhi.org.uk. Thank you.
We provide support all across the spectrum for anyone that wants to change their drug and alcohol use. So we provide support for people that maybe feel like their relationship to drugs or alcohol is a little bit problematic and they just like a short, sharp bit of help to get them back on track. And then we run things for people who maybe it's become a bigger feature of their life. So we have structured group work, we have one-to-one work, and we also have a range of harm reduction support options. So needle exchange delivery all across Bath and North East Somerset, supporting people around wound care, advice about keeping them safe as they continue to use. So COVID has been a huge challenge. You know, in a really short amount of time, we had to really change what we were providing. So we pivoted really quickly to offering phone support, to enabling people to kind of get digital access, to changing our groups onto online, but also maintaining a core service for people that just don't have access to phones and the internet and stuff like that.
I'm not going to lie. Recovery is not easy. But it's worth it. I could see the physical benefits of stopping drinking very quickly. As soon as I left rehab, I started volunteering. I went to college. I was never going to be sat around doing nothing. The biggest benefit I can think of is the view that I have of myself these days. But I can look myself in the eye now and say I'm okay. I'm more than okay. My abilities to live life without alcohol are strong. The evidence is there. There is support there. But if anyone is struggling on it and thinks it's okay to talk about it, it's okay. So I think it just comes down to self-respect. You know, I respect myself today more than I've ever done.
Naloxone is a life-saving drug. You use it with somebody when they have had an opiate overdose. So if somebody has died, using naloxone with them can literally bring them back to life and keep them well enough and keep them alive so that an ambulance can come and out and look after them. So we have been really increasing the amount of naloxone. We've been doing home deliveries of naloxone. We've ensured that anybody we work with who uses opiates has naloxone. We've been trying to give it to hostel workers, homelessness outreach workers, A&E, anyone that has contact with somebody that uses opiates, we want them to have naloxone. And it's been really successful. We have more than tripled the amount of naloxone out there in Baines in the last year.
The needle exchange bloke, he will always offer you naloxone. When you come and pick up your clean equipment, you get asked if you want it. And of course you could always ask as well, you know, you could quite comfortably ask without feeling embarrassed.
They offer you, like, even if you don't want to take any there and then, they say, like, you can always ring us, text us,
Yeah,
We'd bring it round,
yeah,
drop it off. You make it really, really easy.
Yeah,
Really easy.
yeah, they're a good bunch.
I'm mainly peer mentor, which is working with clients, working alongside them, helping them give support and help they need. I know what it's like, so I can identify and empathise with clients, and I just have a good manner and with people. I'm pretty calm and relaxed, so people kind of appreciate that I'm easy to talk to. I'm proud that I've helped many clients to get where they wanted to be and been with them on their journey and witnessed the journey to where they wanted to be. It's quite a warm, nice feeling, and I'm quite proud of that.
Well, I peer mentored people over the phone, helping them with the journey, harm minimalisation, working towards abstinence and even maintaining abstinence. And knowing that I've got lived experience, do you know what I mean, helps people to relate because they know that I've been through it as well. My well-being is just, my life's really fulfilled.
Originally I came to DHI as a client myself, and that came about because I kind of realised that I had sort of problematic use of alcohol and other medication that was starting to affect my life in difficult ways. I then went sort of out on my own, but I came back into the service 2019, and I came in and I did groups with DHI, which was really beneficial because I connected and met with other people who had substance use or alcohol problems. I used to really enjoy it, and I'd get really involved and participate, and somebody suggested to me that I would be good perhaps at doing peer work, and DHI were really good at sort of encouraging creativity and sort of new ideas, and that was really helpful. And I suppose it made me feel valued as well and helped my self-esteem a lot. I'm now an employee of DHI. I've been working for them here since the middle of June. My role now is a peer support coordinator for housing.
Well, DHI, they got me detoxed and into rehab and stuff like that, and I was advised by one of the senior peer managers here at the time to think about volunteering. I found actually that I enjoyed being in an office environment and being given responsibility and being able to support clients. All the skills that I learned over nearly 40 years of intravenous drug use, I turned them into the communication, the networking, and all of that stuff. I could flip it into something positive. There are a lot of people out there that have known me at my worst, and those same people now see me at my best. And it's a good feeling to help other people. I've only got positive things to say about DHI. Ultimately, they saved my life, and they helped me get a place in rehab, so I've got a lot to be grateful for.
So I lost my home at the end of September 2020, and then I moved into the home turf lettings property in the October. So it was quite nice. It was just a couple of weeks in a hostel, and the next minute all I knew was that those couple of weeks had flown by. And I think on the day that I moved in, it was nice to sort of have Natalie around to sort of be like, happy moving day, and I was like, thank you. It was a big traumatic change, but again, it was nice to know that I had my own room, what I could call my own space.
project requiring unpicks individual needs in a holistic way. We look at everything that is going on for somebody at one particular time in their life and try to address all the different aspects that could be exacerbating a health condition. We concentrate on the wider determinants of health, so we look at somebody's housing situation, financial situation, mental health, physical health, the relationship and network of support that they have in place, what work and volunteering opportunities they might be interested in or engage with already, and try to agree and discuss small steps that somebody can do to improve their well-being. We have seen a significant increase in demand for our service since we launched this new model. We are fully integrated in GP surgeries. They are more aware of the service being available to patients. There is better communication, so that resulted in an increase in referrals. What we are expecting is even another increase of referrals once the socioeconomic impact, the long-term impact of COVID-19 becomes more apparent. And so we are already thinking within the team how we can prepare to be able to respond to the additional demand that is likely to happen.
One of our huge highlights this year is that we've raised a staggering $35,000 for a liver scanner, which is an amazing piece of equipment which will be able to help identify liver disease in vulnerable people with alcohol and drug issues.
What a fibroscanner does is scans the liver and gives some instant feedback on how healthy the liver is. So that's really, really important for the work that we do with people who use alcohol, especially dependently or problematically, because their liver is likely to be impacted. And we know that for a lot of our clients, they don't really access the GP or healthcare as much as other people might. We'll be using it in our drop-in centre at St James Parade. We'll be using it out in Midsummer Norton, at the Beehive, for anybody that would like to kind of have a health check on how their liver is doing.
We'd love to say a big thank you to everybody that's raised money for the Fibro Scanner. So thanks goes to DataSharp, to Morrison's Foundation, to Bath Business Club, to Rotalk, and a major donor. Thanks so much. This is absolutely going to change lives and turn people's lives around. We've worked with a number of corporates who have given us so much of their time and dedication throughout the pandemic to raise money for DHI and help people within their communities. Touchstone are a property company, and they've raised an amazing amount of money which we've put into our housing for DHI. With the funds that they've raised, they've been able to put the money towards things like furniture, sofas and tables, which they've donated to some of our homes. Tesco Mobile have been a fantastic supporter. Over the pandemic, they have given us a lot of mobile phones which we've been able to give to our clients. Not just mobile phones, but free airtime as well. This has been absolutely invaluable to our clients. Some, they were already isolated, and then when the pandemic came along, they were further isolated, not being able to have any contact with people, friends and family outside their homes because they had no Wi-Fi, they had no technology. So Tesco Mobile were able to give them this technology which they could connect and they could talk to their family and friends. Waitrose have come to us over the last few years with fantastic grocery donations in the form of food, home care, personal care. Our Reach team have been able to take some of the food that Waitrose have donated and hand it out to the very most vulnerable people in our communities. Now that we can actually start meeting in a safe and secure way, some of our groups are now starting up, one of which is the Breakfast Club and the Women's Group. So Waitrose will be providing food for that group, just so that people can get together and actually it's all relaxed in a nice and friendly atmosphere. So we're always looking for new corporate businesses and new corporate contacts that we can get involved with. And we're absolutely delighted to say that we can just announce a great Charity of the Year partnership with Thrings, a solicitors based in Bath. So Thrings and their staff will be fundraising for us and raising great awareness. If If you work for a company or you're an individual that would like to do some fundraising for us, we'd love you to raise awareness of the great work that we do within the community.